So I recently saw this movie, Disclosure Day, and I was blown away by how boring and how disappointing the movie was overall. Now, it wasn't poorly made, not at all. It was Steven Spielberg doing what Steven Spielberg does, and it was written by David Koepp. But the screenplay was very serviceable, I guess, mechanical, or ticked all the boxes, so to speak. But it had no kind of no meaning. What do I mean when I say the movie had no real meaning? For those of you who haven't seen it and you're going to see it, when you go to the theater or wherever you watch it, before you watch it, ask yourself, where do I stand on this subject of disclosure before the movie starts? And when the movie is finished, ask yourself, where do you stand on that same subject? What has changed for you? What insights have you learned? Anything. No, and my bet is there will be virtually no change. You spend 2.5 hours on this not so wild ride, and it fails to do the one thing that stories have to do nowadays, which is to give us insight into the human condition, because we've seen everything at this point with all the AI and the CGI. Everything we can imagine we have seen, or we can see at the drop of a prompt in the AI. We can see whatever we need to see. But the one thing that we can't get from AI is insight into the human condition. And there's really no other point to tell stories nowadays, other than, unless you have some sort of larger meaning attached, or we can glean something about the human condition from your story. Spielberg is telling a story or making a movie that really, he doesn't say anything about the subject. The whole thing could be wrapped up in the montage at the end, where I guess I'm spoiling it, spoiler alert, where they just show clips of alien visitation and abductions and UFOs and things that we've already seen so many times in real life, so to speak, that when we see it on this film, there's nothing innovative, nothing that pushes the boundary, nothing. I mean, Close Encounters at the time it opened your mind, it made you think about things. It was just, why am I sitting here for 2.5 hours to get to the point where I was exactly at this point before I sat down in the first place? So ask yourself, that's what I want you to do. If you haven't seen it yet, or if you have seen it, ask yourself, what was my position on disclosure before I saw this movie, and what have I learned? What has changed? What's my position on disclosure after the movie? And the movie takes you on a ride, but it dumps you in exactly the same place you were before. So it is a waste of 2.5 hours, in my opinion. Yes, John Williams is John Williams. He's a legend. He won't be around much longer, probably. But today, your story needs to speak to the human condition. You have to have meaning and magic. That is the focus of StoryRay, for instance. And that is what's lacking the most in some of these new Hollywood stories here in this new millennium. Going through the motions, all the spectacle and the this and that, but without a connection to something bigger. What is the point? If you don't have that connection, because a lot of people, or not a lot, but some people are not as connected to something bigger than themselves as others. And that's why you hire other people to help you. If you have a story that you want to tell, but it just doesn't have that connection to something larger, then you hire someone someone like StoryRay, to help you create that meaning, that connection, that root bigger thing. Used to be inherent in a lot of movies, but it seems to be missing today. And the other thing I need to say about people like Spielberg and David Koepp, they have been doing this for so long that there is a point where if you're on stage, you're the one with the microphone. At some point, you've said everything that you need to say, and it's time to give the microphone, pass it to the next person, because they have something to add to humanity also, right? Because we have people just staying on stage way past the point where they have something to say, and they won't give up that microphone. But they don't have anything left to say, and that's okay. It's okay that you did these great things in the past, and these great works. And at some point, everybody has to, whether you're playing sports or whatever, you have to get off the court, get off the field, and pass the baton to the people who haven't said anything yet, or haven't had an opportunity yet to say anything. But then again, I think that might be something that Gen X has always dealt with, is these boomers that they don't know when to get off stage. And then you have the millennials and they couldn't wait to get on stage, and they don't have shit to say. And so caught in the middle is, the most interesting, the most dynamic, the most important generation, Gen X. And they're getting cut off on both ends, millennials and the boomers. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Disclosure Day, boy, what a big waste of time. What a big waste of money. I mean, maybe it's because I'm sort of not into this subject of aliens and space and all that, but this movie doesn't even go close to, pushing the envelope or making you think about anything having to do with humanity, or it's not even thought-provoking. And then I gotta say this, I didn't want to make it like a movie review, but the one of the action set pieces has to do with a train, and it reminded me of something Indiana Jones might do in the old Raiders days, not the later Indiana Jones movies. Those no, but going back to the Raiders of the Lost Ark, that was a masterpiece. But the train scene, it paled so much. But I could see the bones of or the ghost of, like, if that was Indiana Jones doing that, it would have been, something about the way he could sell it to make you believe it, or not believe it, but you would go with it. It would be fun. This felt like, I don't know. It just felt empty. I saw what they were going for, and in another setting, or if maybe if at that point in the movie we should have been invested, there should have been some meaning. But it was just an empty ride, and when it's an empty ride, even the most amazing stunts, they just fall flat, especially nowadays, because, like I said, because of CGI, AI, computer generated media, we've seen it all. We can see it all. So it really comes down to meaning and magic. So Disclosure Day, did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it move you? Did you learn something about the human condition? Maybe I missed something. So by all means, if there is something larger to learn about the human condition that you learned, let me know in the comments, because I'm totally open to learning something new. All right. See ya. This episode was brought to you by Darius Loves, a short story available on Amazon and Spotify. Please go check it out and please leave us a review.
Why this house been on the market so long?
It might have certain spiritual energies.
Spiritual what? Man, I'm out of here.
Darius, give it a chance.
I left something in the car.
I want this house. I need this house.
Darius Loves, a short story on Amazon, free with Kindle Unlimited.